Gillian Keegan, what brings you to Passmores Academy today?
Well, actually, we've tried to come here a couple of times, but it's brilliant to come this week because it is Mental Health Awareness Week, and they do a fantastic job of talking about mental health. There's lots of students involved in being mental health ambassadors, and what we came also to learn was how the mental health support teams in schools, known as Young Minds Essex here, how that's working and how that's helping young people cope with their mental health. In addition to that, I also have responsibility for autism, and so we wanted to see some of the, speak to some of the children actually here and find out what is it that works for them, how they are able to perform best in a mainstream school and manage their needs as well. And so we've been here in this fantastic autism hub, which they're all raving about actually.
Oh yeah, and you're impressed?
Very impressed, yeah. And it's not, it's quite a simple idea really, but the fact that it gives each and every one of the young people the confidence that they can go into a mainstream class, and if they feel that it's getting a bit too much, they spend some time here, they can bring their work here, super flexible, getting a bit of extra support, getting overlearning as they call, which is a bit of extra tuition as well, but really being able to come back and forth, re-enter, go out for lunch with their friends, go out for breaks, etc., but also know that they've got this here as a backup really.
Is there provision in sixth form colleges and in higher education? Is the same thing? And if there isn't, should there be?
Well, that's why we've come to learn actually from this school, because they are really pioneers in many of this work. So we came to learn from them and to see what works, and particularly what works for the young people, so that we can talk about what we should be doing in future. And my colleague Quince, who's also here with me, has been talking about having some money to invest in this kind of idea in the future.
Finally, mental health. Is it, I hate to use the word recruitment, is it a growth industry, and are you concerned that we're meeting all the challenges regarding mental health?
Well, there's definitely been a massive increase in the number of people coming forward to look for more support with their mental health, and we've seen, particularly with children's mental health, massive more demand for children's mental health as services. So from that perspective, yes. I think probably what's changed over the years is culturally we've become more open to talking about mental health. Many more people now recognise that anybody can have an issue with their mental health at any point, at some point in their life, and actually if you reach out, it will get better. You'll have people who will help support you, and you can recover from your mental health issues as well in many cases, or manage them in a much better way. So I think culturally we're much more open as a society, but what that does mean is there's a lot of demand, and we're investing a lot of money to make sure we get more people trained in the workforce, either in schools or just in general in the community or in the health service, to help people manage their mental health better.
Quince, visit to Passmores Academy. Reflections, please.
Look, it's been fantastic to be at Passmores today. I've been here for two reasons. One, to look at their mental health support they provide for their students, and the second is to look at their special educational needs and disabilities. The work they do is actually incredible. It is a very inclusive school, and we are looking at what more we can do around inclusivity around the country, making all schools as inclusive as Passmores is. So it's about taking the learning here, what they're doing differently, and how we can share that best practice around the country.
And so is this part of a listening exercise around the country? Or?
Yeah, it is. So we've got the SEND review, the green paper, which is launched. I've just extended the consultation till July the 22nd, and I want as many people as possible to go on gov.uk and take part. So especially if you've got experience of special educational needs and disabilities, or parents, carers, those who have experience of the system as it stands now, which we know there are challenges within, to take part in that consultation and tell us what we need to do to make it better.
And also you're here with Robert Halpern, the local MP for Harlow, so could you be in front of his committee? And
I regularly am. I mean, Rob is not just a very good friend, he's a brilliant local MP and a fantastic chair of the Education Select Committee. He regularly calls me before the committee and outside of the committee to either give evidence or to be held to account for what we're doing. So look, I've already been answered lots of questions around mental health, rightly, alongside other ministers at the Department for Health and Social Care, and no doubt Rob will be calling me before the committee to come and talk about some of our plans around special educational needs and disabilities, something I know that he's hugely passionate about.